Boom, we're officially recording, guys. Welcome to Skills Camp Day 2. Last night, guys, we had an amazing night. So many people got value. So many people were inspired by the information to go out there and promote for events, promote for calls, promote for trainings, promote for the promos. I didn't talk about that last night, all right? But I failed to talk about that, but it can't go untalked about. If you're a part of an organization that's running a promo, which everybody on the line tonight is, because whether you're part of my organization or not, you're part of the company's organization, and the company's giving away $100,000. All right, and so a lot of people they kind of slept on the 300K giveaway, but those checks are about to get paid out next week. So if you were one of the top producers over that period of time where they were running the 300K promo, you're gonna get a lump sum on your check next week. From all the people that participate. I mean, somebody's going to win like 20K or whatever it was, but they're running another promo right now, 10K. All you got to do is sponsor 10 people over the next 90 days, and your name goes into the drawing. And if your name is pulled, Chris Terry is going to put an extra $10,000 on top of your check. So that's beautiful. All you got to do is do the work that you've already been doing thus far. So again, last night, guys, we talked about prospecting. For you to become professional inside of this industry, you have to be, we talked about promoting. And for you to become professional in this industry, you got to understand the power of promoting. If you don't understand it after the call last night, then you want to go back and watch the recording, watch it again and again, so that you can understand, guys, what promo can do for your business, promoting events, promoting calls, promoting trainings like this. All of that, guys, is going to help you blow your business up. Why? Because you're able to leverage third-party tools to help you, right? The recording, it's on, you know what? It's on my YouTube channel, but I made it private because I'm not releasing any recordings until after Skills Camp. And see, that's why you got to be on. Because somebody gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna just miss it because Riyadh, he always drop the recordings on YouTube. Listen, this ain't mindset mastery. This is something you gotta be here for every single night to get the value. And if you miss it, then you just gotta wait till the following week when I release all the recordings at one time. So if you missed it, I'm sorry, but the recordings will be released next week. So that should make you obviously want to get on the call so that you don't miss it, so that you can go out there and apply this information as soon as possible. Because a lot of people, they take stuff like this for granted, and they say, I just catch the recording, whatever the case may be. But sometimes the energy isn't the same when you watch the recording. Like I had missed one of Justin Owens' call when he was doing the bases loaded call, and I was so pissed that I missed the actual call. And when I watched the recording was cool, but it wasn't the same as being right there, knowing that he's doing the call live, and I can feel his energy through the camera. So sometimes you just want to be in the actual space and be in the actual environment. So listen, just mark your calendars. From tomorrow is Thursday, then we got another one on Friday. So just mark off 10 p.m., put the link in your phone so you don't miss it, because this is where we're going to be at 10 p.m. for the next 2 days. But guys, tonight we're going to talk about prospecting, because at the end of the day, for you to have people in your business, right, and for you to teach other people how to have people in their business, you have to become effective at prospecting. And if you look at the first 3 letters of prospecting, what you will see is PRO. If you look at the first 3 letters of promote, you will see PRO. So for you to become effective, it takes the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to stop being an amateur and I'm just going to go pro. Because if I go pro, I'll be good at prospecting. If I'll go pro, I'll be good at promoting for events. But here's the thing, guys, there are a few keys when it comes down to prospecting. And the first key that you got to understand is that you, number one, have to have belief in the product, right? Belief in the product. That's the first thing that you got to understand for you to be an effective recruiter or prospector. If you are become really effective at acquiring customers and acquiring new IBOs in your business, is going to take you having a true belief in the product. Because without belief in the product, I can't really share the information with the tonality, with the verbiage, and with the body language that I really need for somebody to understand. Because when I have belief in anything, the way that I talk about it is a little bit different. See, if you don't believe in something, the way that you talk about it is not going to be the same as if you did believe in something. So the first thing that you got to understand for you to really be effective at acquiring new business is that number one, you have to have belief in the product, belief in the company, belief in everything that's happening, belief in your particular organization, and also belief in yourself, because the belief that you have in yourself is going to lead me to my next key that you need to be effective at prospecting, which is posture. See, posture is everything, right? Posture is everything when it comes down to prospecting. Right? You got to have a certain type of posture when you're speaking to people. And sometimes you can hear somebody's posture on the other end of the phone. Not even sometimes, all the time, you can hear somebody's posture on the other end of the phone. You can hear if somebody really understands what it is that they're talking about because their posture is there. Think about any person that you heard that's done a three-way for you that's really, really good at on the phone. You can just hear the posture when they talking. But here's the thing, the posture, guess where that comes from? The posture comes from a positive self-image. And another word for positive self-image is confidence. See, everything is rooted in confidence. Presenting is rooted in confidence. Prospecting is rooted in confidence. Promoting events is rooted in confidence. Communication is rooted in confidence. So all this stuff, guys, is rooted in your confidence, your positive self-image. So my question for you, family, is, how do you see you? Do you see yourself as a professional, or do you see yourself as an amateur? Because here's the deal. However you see you, that's how the world is going to see you. So if you don't see yourself as a professional with the right posture, with belief in the product, belief in the company, belief in the movement, if you don't have that positive self-image, you don't have that posture, it's going to be hard for you to acquire new business. It's going to be real hard for you to acquire new business. So you have to have each key for you to become successful at prospecting, because just like I said last night, it doesn't matter necessarily about what you do. It really boils down to how effective are you at doing what you do. And it's not about how much you practice something, but the question is, are you practicing it the right way, right? Are you running through the numbers the right way? Are you leveraging and doing the three ways and doing the edification and all those things the right way? And if you aren't doing them the right way, or you're not aware if you are doing them the right way, man, drop a 777 in the chat, because this is why we have Skills Camp. This is why so many different leaders are doing different things to help you grow your business. This is why so many tools and resources out there. But here's the thing. You got to be that person that say, you know what? I'm just going to plug in. I'm just going to listen. And I'm not just going to listen to the information, but I'm going to make it my business to apply the information the first chance I get. See, that's how you understand or know if you're really teachable and coachable. How quickly do you apply the information? How quickly do you follow the directions? When somebody, your mentor, your coach, whoever you're working with, when they say, hey, do this, do that, or do it this way or do it that way, how quickly are you willing to just follow the instructions? Or do you got to say, I'll get around to it, or I'll do it tomorrow? Or are you that person that says, I just learned this today, I'm looking for the first chance to apply it? See, I'm that type of person where I can hear something on YouTube and I can talk about it immediately. A lot of times the reason is because I've already been doing it in my life, but I didn't understand that's what I was doing. And a lot of people, you may be in that place where you're doing it the right way. You just don't know that you're doing it the right way. And calls like this can confirm that you're already doing it the right way. And when you have understanding that you're doing something the right way, guess what you can now do? You can now go harder. You can now be intentional. So everything that I'm talking about tonight, let's say you already do this stuff. Let's say you already know how to promote. Let's say you already know how to prospect, but you may not be completely aware that that's how the professionals are doing it. And once you get that level of awareness, you can now perform at a higher level, because remember, we don't perform to the level of our ability. We perform to the level of our awareness. So if I'm not aware that I'm doing something the right way, how can I truly go all in knowing that this is the way that I'm supposed to do it so that I can become a professional? So for me to be a professional prospector, for me to be a professional at acquiring business, the first thing that I got to have is belief in the product, belief that this stuff can change somebody's life. Because if I don't really believe that trading can change somebody's life, I'm going to be nervous on the phone. I'm not going to have the level of swag and posture that I need to have on the phone, because I really don't believe. right? Then I got to have that posture. And the posture comes from me knowing that what I'm trying to share with this person is 100%. It can change their life because it's done it for so many people. Then I got to have that positive self-image. Another word for positive self-image is confidence. How do you see you? Like, think about that. When you're on the phone with somebody, they can tell if you're nervous. They can tell if you really, truly understand what you're talking about. They can hear the lies in your voice. You may be telling somebody, yo, this can change your life, but you don't even believe that it can change their life. So the positive self-image is important. But watch this though. Watch this though. See, anybody can have all of that. Anybody can have belief in the product. This is about to get really good now. Anybody can have belief in the product. Anybody can have the posture. Anybody can have the positive self-image, aka the confidence. But you know what not many people have, and why not a lot of people aren't really effective at prospecting in the way that they need to be, is because they don't have this. And what I mean by this is the understanding of people. See, when you start understanding people and you understand how to communicate with people, oh God, your business prospecting, it goes to the next level. Because if I were to ask you, where does money come from? A lot of you would tell me that money comes from trees. You would tell me that money comes from banks. You would tell me that money comes from who knows. But the truth of the matter is that money comes from people. Money comes from people. See, the money that's in your bank account right now, it came from somebody else. The money that's in your wallet right now, it came from somebody else. You're going to go spend money tomorrow. You're going to go to the gas station. You're going to swipe your card. You're going to, give somebody cash or whatever. And that money is going to continue to circulate. Think about the $100 bill that's in your wallet right now. Do you know that same $100 bill probably has been floating around for the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years from hand to hand to hand to hand to hand? It's a transfer from people. So here's what I need you guys to understand. The person that is the best with people will make the most money, watch this, long term. The person who's the best and the most effective with people will make the most money long term. See, it's not about making, or going chairman 10 one time. It's not about making 6 figures one time. Can you keep doing it on a repetitive basis? And the way that you keep doing it on a repetitive basis is being really good with people, being effective with people. And for me to be really good with people, I must understand how to communicate with people. I got to understand how to communicate with people. See, communication has 3 parts. Remember, we're talking about prospecting right now. We're talking about prospecting. So communication, it has 3 parts. The first part of communication, or the highest percentage of communication, is body language. See, your body language is 55% of communication. Your body language, your posture, your swag is 55% of communication. And then 38% of communication is your tonality, your tone of voice. And then 7% of communication is the words that you use. So a lot of us on the call, we may have kids, we may have a dog, pets, whatever the case may be. And you already understand that your 1-year-old or your 5-month-old or whatever the case may be, they don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. You may have a little dog. I got a little chihuahua. His name is Luda. And Luda doesn't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. But what Luda does understand is my body language and my tone of voice. What my son Keegan does understand is my body language and my tone of voice. Because it's not just what I say, it's more so how I say it. And for me to become effective, for me to become a professional at communication or at prospecting, I got to understand communication. And my words are only 7%. Tonality, the tone of my voice, is 38%. My body language is 55%. See, this is also good for you to know when you're showing the plan, when you're actually doing a presentation. It's not necessarily what you say, it's more so about how you say it. So I could tell Keegan, Keegan, stop. But if I tell Keegan to stop and I'm smiling, Keegan's just gonna laugh. But if I tell Keegan to stop and my body language is more so that I'm mad, Keegan might start crying. I could tell my dog Luda to stop, but if I don't have the right body language, Luda really might not listen to me. Or my tonality isn't loud as it needs to be, Luda might not listen to me. But if I yell at Luda, he's gonna hear that 38%, that tone of my voice. It's the same thing with prospecting. It's the same thing when you're on the phone. It's the same thing when you're doing a presentation. See, that's why, texting is really not the way. I understand it's 2020 and, we live in a digital age and texting and all that. But if you really want to be great, if you really want to become a professional, if you really want to have a long-term business that's duplicating levels deep in your organization, you got to do what Travis Scott said. Pick up the phone, baby. That's what you got to do. And when you understand, right, that my body language is 55%, well, I can't see body language on the phone. But what can they hear, though? They can't hear the tone of my voice. And they can't hear the words that I'm saying. So 38 plus 7 is 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46. That's 46% of communication when I'm on the phone. 46%. So the person, again, that understands how to effectively communicate with people and understand the levels of communication or the parameter, or not the parameters, the components of communication, that person is going to have the best relationships. And the person with the best relationships is going to make the most money. Remember, like I talked about on the call on Monday. If you missed the call on Monday, that one, my friends, is on YouTube. It's called Empowering Leaders. And I talked about that. People have to like you in this business. When you're prospecting people, the people that you're prospecting, they have to actually like you, because if they don't like you, they won't join you. And if they join you and they don't like you, they'll only stay with you until they find somebody else to listen to that they actually like. That could be your upline, that could be your upline's upline, or they could leave your organization and go to somebody else's organization because they just don't like you. So you never want to be that leader to say, well, I don't care if they don't like me, they're going to listen to me. That's not good enough, because you're not going to have longevity in your business. Can you imagine David E. Monetier saying, I don't care if my organization don't like me? Can you imagine if Alex Morgan said, I don't care if my organization don't like me? Can you imagine if Chris Terry said, I don't care if my IBOs in my company don't like me? So people have to like you. And for people to like you, you have to understand where people are coming from. All right. You have to be able to see things from other people's points of view. You have to understand, watch this, people's personality. Remember, we're talking about prospecting tonight. We're talking about prospecting tonight. So communication. So what do I need for prospecting? The first key that I need is belief in the product, right? And then the second thing that I need is posture. And then the third thing that I need is a positive self-image, confidence. Me, I gotta feel good about me, right? And then the fourth thing that I need is an understanding of people and understanding communication. But I want to dive more into people, because this is about to get really good. Some of you guys may have heard some information like this before, but I know the majority of you guys, you haven't, right? And I was fortunate and blessed to spend 3 days at a training called Communication Mastery, right? One of the pictures that I showed you guys last night from Skills Camp was me at a Communication Mastery event, where for 3 days, we had somebody who made like $5 million in that particular company. He's teaching us communication. He's teaching us that words are only 7%. Tonality is 38%. Body language is 55%. He's teaching us the personality types of people. He's teaching us what each personality type, how they dress, how they talk, how they walk, how they move. He's teaching us all of this stuff. So when I came into this particular company, I had 1 year of experience of learning about communication. And that helped me become a better prospector or better recruiter and sign up over 100 people in like a 4-month period. All right, over 100 reps in a 4 or 5 month period. I went chairman 10 in 5 months. 100 of those were personal signups, right? So I'm not speaking to you about prospecting as in I only enrolled 50 people, right? This is something that I've done and I still do to this day. So watch this. Personality types. You got to understand people's personality types, because it's going to help you become a better prospector. It's going to help you become a better recruiter, because when you understand what category that somebody fits in, you understand what type of information to share with them. You understand what type of information to not talk about because it might bore them. It might send them off the edge, because you understand what personality type they're in. And as I'm going through these personality types, what you should be writing everything down, and you should be identifying what personality type you are. Because when you understand what personality type you are, you can figure out why some people may, like you, why some people may not like you, what makes you really good at what you do, or why you may not be that effective at what you do. Now watch this. Everybody has at least 2 personality types on the inside of them. So don't think that you're just this one right here. No, everybody has at least 2. Let me take that back. You have 2 dominants. You have all 4 personality types inside of you, but you have 2 dominants. Why am I talking about this? Because I want you to be very, very good at prospecting. See, prospecting is a lot more than just, building a list and calling a list and doing all that. Anybody can do that. You've probably already been doing that, but you may not have been getting the results that you want. And that reason could be that you're not effectively sharing the information with the people that you need to be sharing with, or the personality types that you need to be sharing with. And it's my prayer that after this training, you can go out there and apply it and get results. So what's the first personality type that I want to talk about tonight? Because remember, this is not only going to help you become good at prospecting, it's also going to help you become very effective with people that are already inside of your organization. Right? And so as I'm thinking about this, not only do you want to write down what your personality type is, you also want to know what your top leaders' personality types are as well. See, this is why I'm so good working with my leaders, because I know everybody's personality type. See, I know that Tay Morgan is a fall and a winter. I know that Gio is a summer and a winter. I know that Brittany Jack is a summer and a winter. I know that Martez Spearman is a winter and a summer. I know that Ebony is a winter and a spring. I know that Cliff is a spring and a winter. I know that, I know that Jada Steele is a summer. I mean, a winter and a summer. I know that JVL Dupree, 20-year-old Chairman 10, is a winter and a spring. I can just go on and on and on and on. 2K, I know that you're a spring and a winter. I know this stuff because I understand people. And when you understand people, you know how to lead them. You know what to say to them and you know what not to say to them because you know who they are. You know what drives them. You know what motivates them. You know what makes them mad because they fit in this personality type. Man, this stuff about to get good. So the first one is a fall. The first one is a fall. Some people learn this stuff by colors. Some people learn it by colors. Me, I learned it by seasons. And the person that taught it to me, he said, bro, listen, it's 100 different colors. It's 100 different colors, but it's only 4 seasons. You have winter, spring, summer, fall. Because if I did colors, well, why couldn't this person be a purple? Why couldn't this person be a silver? Why, if I did animals, well, I know we got whale, sharks, dolphins, and the other one. Well, what about a tiger? What about a lion? See, it's too many. So the guy that taught it to me, he said, listen, bro, it's only 4. It's only 4 seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall. And as I'm talking about each personality type, you can kind of match the season to the personality. Man, this stuff about to get good. So we're going to start with the fall. See, the fall personality is very, very detailed. They're very detailed. See, the fall personality is the person that wants to know all the facts about the information. The fall personality is the person that has all the questions in the world. They're very analytical. The fall is somebody who's professional a lot of times. They're very intuitive. They're methodical. They're really, really good listeners, right? That's the fall. Again, very analytical. And the thing about a fall, you can't rush a fall to make a decision. The reason why is because they're very detailed and they're analytical, right? Somebody said talk slower. I will speak slower. And the only reason why I'm gonna speak slower is because this recording not gonna be available till next week, right? So the fall, again, the fall is very detailed, right? The fall is detailed. The fall is accurate. The fall is somebody who has very, very high standards. And because the fall personality has high standards, they can be very, very critical of other people. Right? The fall are your cynics, right? The fall personality, they're your critics, right? I have a friend. His name is Austin Scott. Austin Scott is my best friend to this day. He's actually a part of the company, but he only trades. Austin's doing very, very well trading. And Austin is a fall personality, right? And I remember I would always, when I didn't understand personality types, and I would bring opportunities to Austin, I would think that he would join just because he's my best friend. I would be like, oh, Austin's going to do it because he's my best friend. But I didn't understand that Austin was a fall. And I would always wonder, like, bro, why would you wait to join after 15 people have already joined? And the reason why is because Austin is very detailed. He's not going to do something just because it's hype. That's not his personality. He needs to know all the facts. Austin needs to understand if the company is solid. Austin is somebody who needs to know all the details before he makes a decision, right? The fall personalities, again, they're too critical of others. They can be your cynics. They can always have something negative to say, even though you're doing something positive. They can always, it don't matter how good you're doing, right? No matter how good you do, they can still find something that you can do better at. Not because they're being a prick, but it's because that's just their personality. And that's okay. You just got to know what people are. Because as you begin to identify what people are, you understand how to communicate with them. So the fall, again, is somebody who can be too critical of other people. They can expect perfection. They're overly cautious. This is why they're slow with decision making. They want all the facts before they make a decision. They will not make a decision without all the facts. They can be rigid. And the fall is the person that sits in your presentation or that sits across from you at a meeting and they don't show any emotion. They just look at you. They could be very excited on the inside, but they'll just sit there and just be like, but they could be giddy on the inside, excited as ever on the inside, but they're just looking like chilling. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not because you have something on your face. It's just because that person is a fall. Like I just said, Tay Morgan, he's a fall, right? You could talk to Tay about something and he could still be sitting there just listening to you, just nodding his head. And I'd be like, man, did that hit Tay? But I understand that he's a fall personality. So that's your fall. And when you're working with the fall, this is what you got to show the fall. You got to show the fall facts, right? You got to show the fall facts, right? You can't be hype with a fall. You can't just be like overly hype with the fall. You got to just give them the facts, give them all the details. You can't rush through the presentation when you know you're talking to a fall. You can't rush through the phone call when you're talking to a fall, right? You got to let the fall know that, hey, man, we trade with proper risk management. We're not just trading out here just blowing our accounts. We teach proper risk management. Why? Because a fall needs security. They need stability. That's a fall. So if you're a fall on a call, you probably sitting there listening like, yep, that's me. That's me. Yep, that's me. Right? And if you're not a fall, if you're more so like a winter personality, you like, yeah, that ain't me. Right? So let's move on to the next one. The next one, remember what we're talking about. We're talking about prospecting. If you want to be real good at prospecting, like I'm not talking about you can just sign a couple people up. I'm talking about you know how to enroll people in your business and you know how to help those individuals get results because you understand what motivates them. You understand what drives them. So the next personality, my friends, is a summer. This is a summer, right? And when I think of summer, I think of people like Brittany Jack. I think of people like Gio McCoy. I think of people that love to have fun. They love to be outgoing. They love to travel. They're the life of the party. They can talk to a brick wall. That is a summer. A summer, right? Watch this. A summer is the person that can literally, again, like I just said, talk to a brick wall and get the brick wall to sign up. A summer can literally talk to this wall and have the wall filling out the link. Why? Because a summer is a very optimistic person. Like, yeah, I know you're a brick wall, but I'm telling you, you can do this. I believe in you, brick wall. That's a summer. Extremely social, outgoing. The summers are your really big dreamers. Oh man, you could talk to Gio and Gio has 1,000 ideas, right? That's a summer. And the summers, watch this, the summers are the best networkers in the business. The summers, they're the best networkers in the business. See, the reason why I called Brittany Jack and Gio's name is because they're some of the top enrollers inside of the organization that we're a part of, right? Two of the top enrollers. Why? Because they're summers, they're very outgoing, they're extremely social. Again, they can talk to a brick wall. Jada just sent me a message and said, can I tell the negatives of each season as well? See, you ain't paying attention. I already told you. See, the fall, the negatives of a fall, they're too critical of others. They expect perfection. They're overly cautious. They won't make decisions without all the facts. They're rigid and they don't show any emotion. That's a fall. That's the negatives or the contrast of a fall, right? The summer, they love to have fun. They're enthusiastic. They're optimistic. They're big dreamers. They're outgoing. It's easy to spot a fall. I mean, it's easy to spot a summer. Here's how you spot a summer. You can spot a summer by the clothes that they wear. You can find somebody that wears loud colors, crazy color hair, nails, long nails, colorful hair, crazy color shoes. That's the summer. Why? Because they love the spotlight. They love to be seen. They're unapologetic about who they are. And when you recognize a summer, those are the people that you want to bring into your business because they're going to be the best networkers in your business. Remember, we're talking about prospecting. Prospecting is a lot bigger than just building a list. Prospecting is a lot bigger than just sending a message. When you understand this part, this helps you become a professional. This helps you make multiple 6 figures and 7 figures, right? So the summers, they love to have fun. They're outgoing, enthusiastic, big dreamers. You can tell a fall personality. Like I can call Austin tonight and be like, bro, tomorrow we're going to California. He gonna be like, tomorrow? No way I'm going to California tomorrow. But if I call Gio and like, bro, listen, we out. Gio is like, bro, what time I need to be at the airport? That's the summer. Because a summer, they don't care. They're just out of there. They're extremely social. They love to be outgoing. They're optimistic. They're big dreamers. But what are the negatives of a summer? Or what can be some of the negatives of a summer? They can be very unrealistic. They can be very unorganized. They can be too talkative. They can be very, very impulsive and dramatic. A summer can be a very, very poor listener, right? A summer really doesn't listen to understand. A lot of times the summer listens to respond, right? And when you're dealing with the summer, you got to understand that because you can't try to overtalk a summer. You have to let a summer just get it out because you're not going to win an argument with the summer, especially if you're a fall. Like if you're a fall, you don't even got a chance. No chance. And watch this. It's also good for you to know this when you're dealing with the relationship, like your significant other, your husband, your wife, whatever the case may be, because you got to know what personality type they are. See, this doesn't just help you in business. This helps you in life. It helps you with relationships. Because why? Prospecting is all about what? Relationships. See, relationships are currency. And the people that have the best relationships are going to be the ones that make the most money. So that's a summer. Now, what do I talk about when I'm prospecting a summer? When I'm doing an event with the summer, I'm showing the plan to a summer. Well, I can't have the same presentation that I would have with the fall, right? Because if I'm talking about the details and the facts and all that stuff, and I'm talking to a summer, they're going to get bored. They don't got time for all that. A summer got things to do. They're on the go, right? They're going to finish talking to you and they're going to get on Instagram and go talk to somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to be to the point with the summer. You got to talk about the fun that you can have. You got to talk about how much travel and how the events are lit when you're talking to a summer. You got to show them the events. You got to show them the people that are having success. They're going to be like, dang, they're doing what? They're doing what? They live where? They have what? They drive what? That's the summer. That's what drives them. See, the summer is driven by the spotlight, the lifestyle, the flash. That's what drives a summer. The fun, right? You can't talk to a summer about the facts. You'll bore them. See, and a lot of this stuff right now, remember, this is going to help you become really good at prospecting. And if you haven't been good at prospecting to this point, then that changes after this call. Right. So what you should be identifying right now is what personality type that you fit in. Right. And then what personality type do the people that you work with, what do they fit in? Because when you understand what they fit in, you understand what type of things will motivate them to take action. Right. So what's the next personality type? The next personality type is a spring. This is a spring personality. When I think of spring personality, I think of 2K. I think of Aaron Bell. I think of JVL to a certain degree because JVL has a lot of spring in him as well. And the spring is the empathetic person. The spring is the compassionate person. The spring is the person that's very understanding. The spring is the person that's sensitive to other people's feelings. The spring is the person that's very supportive. The spring is the person that wants to help other people. The spring is somebody who you can always count on. Right? Chairman 25, my wife, Sydney Jones, she's a spring. All right. The spring personalities, these are the glue to an organization because these are the ones that are going to bring the waters to the event. These are going to be the ones that want to help out. These are the ones that just want unity and love. They don't want to step on anybody's toes. That is a spring. So watch this. You need every personality type to have a successful organization. See, you can't have an organization that's full of falls because nobody gonna make a decision because a fall is very indecisive. You can't have an organization that's full of summers because you ain't gonna get nothing done, right? If you got an organization that's full of summers, bro, when it's time to go to an event, a summer is looking to talk. They're looking to make some things happen. They're looking to go sightsee. That's just their personality type, and that's okay. It's okay. You just got to know where you are. And it don't, like, watch this. Just because, you're a spring or a summer, that doesn't mean that you have every trait or you don't have every trait that I'm talking about. You just have the dominance of certain things. Like if you're a spring, maybe you may not be, you may not want to help everybody, right? But you're very compassionate. You're very understanding. You're very reliable. So don't think, oh, well, I don't got that in me. I'm not a spring. Whatever you have the most of, that's what you are. And that's okay. So don't think, oh, I don't want to be a spring. No, we need springs. Just like in a deck of cards, you need every card in the deck to have a successful deck of cards. You feel what I'm saying? So a spring is empathetic, compassionate, understanding, sensitive to other people's feelings, supportive. They want to help people. They want to save the whales. The spring, they care about the nonprofits and all of that. But a spring can be very sensitive. A spring can be overly sensitive. A spring could be very indecisive. Right? A spring may sacrifice, watch this, a spring could sacrifice their own results for the sake of somebody else's results. Like, oh, well, you know what? I know I'm about to lose my rank, but I'm gonna just help you get yours. It's all good. I know I'm about to lose it, but I'm gonna just help you. Oh, you late on your rent? Don't worry about it. I got you. Like, that's a spring, and it's okay because the world needs a spring. Imagine a world full of the next personality type that I'm about to talk about. Imagine that type of world, right? But watch this. The spring, what you got to talk to a spring about when you're showing a plan, when you're prospecting a spring, guess what you got to talk about? You got to talk about the vision, right? You got to talk about how many people we can help. You got to talk about how many people this can impact. That's what drives a spring. See, a spring personality is driven by the impact. They're driven by the camaraderie and the love. See, a spring really loves the U word. The U word is unity. That's what drives a spring. A spring wants to be unified. A spring just wants the love flowing. A spring really wants the family vibes. See, a summer, they care about that, but they don't care about it as much as a spring does. A spring, oh, listen, we gotta share this with the schools. We gotta start a nonprofit. We gotta save the whales. That's what drives a spring. A spring is driven by help for other people. And think about these personalities. When you think about the fall, you think about rigid. You think about cold. Like that's a fall, very slow and indecisive. You think about the summer, having fun, the beaches. And that's how you can kind of put these personality types in your head and it makes sense. When you think about a spring, you think about nice, breezy, cool weather, humanitarian. I just saw somebody drop that in the chat. Like that's what you think about when you think about spring. But watch this. You also have the other personality type. Yep. And the last personality type is a winter, right? The last personality type is a winter, right? I was just talking about Gio and Brittany Jack. They both have these two traits as well. Who's another winter? Martez Spearman is another winter. You know who's another winter? Taylor Allen is another winter, right? Ebony Austin, she has a lot of winter in her as well, right? David Monetier, he's a winter. Justin Owens, winter. Alice Morton, winter. Right? So watch this though. See, it doesn't matter what personality type you are. You have to become what we call a chameleon, and you have to be able to go into every personality type. See, I can have a conversation with you and I'm going to talk to you, watch this, from your personality. I'm not going to talk to you from my personality. I'm going to talk to you from your personality. I'm going to meet you where you are. I'm not going to try to bring you to where I am because you want to know what? I'm a winter. And a winter is somebody who's very driven. A winter is somebody who's goal-oriented. A winter is somebody who's very aggressive, overly passionate about what they do. A winter is somebody who is achievement-driven. They're driven by achievement. They're driven by goals, right? A winter personality is somebody that's very, very competitive. Very competitive. But what are the cons of being a winter like myself? See, I can be very impatient with people. I can be very short. I can be very blunt with people. I can be a very poor listener. Sometimes I can be demanding, all right? And a lot of times, winters, what we can do, we view projects more important than people. And a winter, a lot of times, wants control. A winter wants to control the show. A winter wants to control. Why? Because as a winter, we can be very egotistical. We can be very self-centered. We can be very, a lot of people like to use a C word, conceited. And see, that's why you have to know where you are on the personality type. Because if you are a winter, you can't talk to a spring how you would talk to another winter. If you are a summer, you can't talk to a fall how you would talk to another summer. See, if you're talking to everybody the same way, watch this, you're talking to them wrong. See, if I'm a winter and I'm a summer. Like my third personality type is a fall and my fourth personality type is a spring. How do I know this? Because I got tested on all of this stuff back in 2017. All right. I was like 57% winter, like 30-some% summer, 10, 15-some% fall. I had very little spring in me. All right. So understanding this stuff is going to help you become better at prospecting. Man, every night my laptop's on. 1 second, family. Oh, man, is this making sense? Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat box if this is making sense. All right, let me know in the chat box if this is making sense. All right, perfect. Because remember, again, what we're talking about is prospecting. What we're talking about is how to not only just prospect people and bring them in your business, but how to motivate them when they get inside of your business. All right. So let me go over these one more time. I'm gonna run through them really quickly, and I'm gonna come back to the winter. So the fall, I know we got some people that jumped in late. So the fall is very detailed. They're accurate. They set very high standards. They're professional. They maintain quality. They're very intuitive. They can be methodical. They're really, really good listeners. You find somebody that's a really good listener, right? That 9 times out of 10 is a fall. Somebody that just sit there and listen to you, don't even say too much. I can call Austin. I can just be venting, just talking, and bro's just gonna listen the whole time. Don't interrupt at all. That's a fall. But a fall can be very critical. They expect perfection, overly cautious. They won't make decisions with all the facts. They can be very rigid. They don't show any emotion. A summer, somebody who loves to have fun, outgoing, optimistic, enthusiastic. They're very big dreamers. They're extremely social, very outgoing. Remember, if you see somebody that can talk to a brick wall, they can just talk. 9 times out of 10, that is a summer. What are the cons to a summer? Well, sometimes they can be unrealistic. They can be unorganized. They can be too talkative, very impulsive. They just make decisions, just go. Dramatic, and they can be very poor listeners at times. A spring is somebody who's empathetic, compassionate, understanding, sensitive to other people's feelings, supportive. They want to help people, save the whales, very reliable. But they can also be indecisive, sensitive, and they'll sacrifice their own results for the sake of harmony of everybody else, right? And then we have the winter, somebody who's driven, goal-oriented, aggressive, achievement-driven, very competitive. They can be impatient, blunt. They can be poor listeners. Sometimes they can be very, very demanding. If you recognize somebody that's demanding, that person, 9 times out of 10, they're a winter. You can identify a winter a lot of times by how hard they shake your hand. You see, if you meet somebody that's like in the military, they shake your hand really hard, that lets you know that that person is a winter. You can also identify these different personality types by how they dress. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I got to move on. But again, you can identify these people, how they dress, right? I talk about real quick a summer, right? You see somebody who's, again, loud clothing, all that, flashy, 9 times out of 10, that's a summer. You see somebody who's always wearing like earth tone colors, browns, light greens, and all of that stuff, that person is a spring. Somebody who's very reserved in the way that they dress, don't overdo it. They may be fashionable, but they're very chill in the way that they dress, or don't really care too much about how they dress. That person is a fall. You find somebody who's very, very sharp all the time, always clean, always dressed in the right way, sharp, hair always cut, dreads always taken care of, whatever the case may be, hair always done, that person can be a winter, right? But what drives a winter? See, a winter personality is driven by the money. See, when you're talking to a winter and you're prospecting a winter, you can't just talk about all the facts and all that. They want to know how they can get to $10,000 a month. They want to know how they can make extra $2,000 a month. That's what they care about. They don't care about saving the whales and all that. We can do all that, but we're going to do all that later. Just show me how I can secure the bag. That's a winter personality. A winter is driven by recognition. A winter is driven by lifestyle. A winter is driven by freedom. A winter is driven by challenges. See, my cousin, when I first got introduced to this industry of network marketing, he recognized that I was a winter personality. And the first thing that he did was he challenged me. He showed me the guy that I showed you guys on the call last night. His name was Alfred. He showed me Alfred on Instagram. He said, look, fam, this dude, 23 years old, just like you. He making $20,000 a month. I know you can do it. Can't you do it? And I said, you know what, B? Yeah, I can do it. He doing it. I can do it too. Right? You got to challenge the winter. That's what the winter is driven by, because they're very, very competitive. But see, watch this. You got to know where you are and then be able to talk to people from the standpoint about from where they are. See, I can't talk to a winter. I can't talk to a spring the same way that I would talk to somebody that's like me. All right? If you're talking to everybody the same way, family, you're talking to them the wrong way. So this stuff is very important for you in terms of you going out there and prospecting and building your list, right? You got to be able to identify what personality types that people are, right? And you can just identify this stuff just in conversation. You see somebody that's very mellow, slow, not really responding to you a lot. It may not be because they don't care about the information. It may just be their fall, right? And you just got to get really, really good at picking this stuff up. This training could be hours, but I don't want to spend too much time on personality types. I want to move into the second part of prospecting, which is your list. See, in network marketing, guys, your capital is your list. Your capital is people. Remember, that's what we're talking about, the understanding of people. So when it comes down to you building your list so that you can have success, and you teaching your organization how to have success, you got to show them how to build a list, right? And because I taught you about personality types just now and over the last 30 minutes or so, it's going to be easier for you to understand what type of people are on your list right now. So when you think about building your list, you want to ask yourself these questions right here. Who do I know that's successful, right? Who do I know that's successful? Who's created success in some level of business? Who was a successful student? Who was successful at doing this? Who just created success in some way, shape, form, or another? Who's successful? Who do I know that's a people person? Who do I know that's a people person? Who do I know that's really, really good with people? Who do I know that has a level of influence, right? So successful, people person, influence. Who do I know that needs a better lifestyle, that's looking for more out of life? Who do I know, right? Who do I know that's credible? Who do I know that has credibility? Who do I know that has contacts? Who do I know that is currently already an entrepreneur? That's what you want to identify. And there's so many other things you can add to that, but just for the sake of time, it's already 11 o'clock. That's what I want you guys to kind of take notes on. Like, who do I know that's successful? Who do I know that's a people person, influence? They need a better life, they have credibility, contacts, who's already an entrepreneur, understand how entrepreneurs work. Because remember, the money is found in your relationships. The money in network marketing, it's from people. All right. So the person who knows the most people, connects with the most people, these are going to be the individuals that makes the most money. Now, what is the purpose of my list? Watch this. The purpose of my list is just to sort through it. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of my list. The purpose of my list is not to sign everybody up. The purpose of my list is to sort through the list until I find the right people who are going to join me. Because what if I told you that the majority of the people that you put down on your list, they're not going to join you? And that's okay. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose is just to sort through, right? This game is a sorting game. See, every single deck of cards has about 52 cards. And I'm not the best card player whatsoever, but I just love the analogy. Even the Uno card, even the Uno deck. See, an Uno deck only has a certain amount of like wild cards. A deck of regular playing cards only has like 4 aces. So what you got to do is you got to run through that deck of cards until you find the wild card. Run through the deck of cards until you find the ace. This, my friends, is a sorting game. So when I build my list, the purpose of it is just to sort through it. Because watch this, 20% of the people on my list, they're going to be very negative. Write that down. 20% of the people on my list are going to be negative. So if I write a list of 100 people, I can count on 20 of those people to be negative. They're not going to do it. They're going to be very critical of the opportunity. A lot of times, not even because they're a fall, they're just negative. Right? And there's nothing that you can do to help a negative person. That's just the nature of the beast. 67% of people are going to act like they're going to do something. They're going to say this is going to be dope, it can change my life, but they're still not going to do it. They may plug in, but they're not going to do anything when they actually plug in. But 10% of people, they actually need and want an opportunity, 10%. So that means if I go through a list of 100, maybe only 10 of those people will actually plug into the opportunity. Maybe only 10 of those people will actually take me seriously. But that 10%, what they really need is mentorship. They really need coaching. They really need help. They really need guidance. But watch this, 3% of the people on your list, a lot of times, so you build a list of 100, maybe 3, these are going to be the people that a lot of times they've already been successful in something before. And when they join you, they're going to be successful because all they know is success. But here's the thing. See, it's not enough for you to just go through a list one time. You got to keep going through your list. Keep going through your list over and over and over again, and always adding people to your list, right? See, the bigger the list, watch this, the more posture that you have. See, a lot of times, I was talking about posture a little bit earlier, but a lot of times the reason why we don't have posture is because internally we need this person to join us. That's what we're saying on the inside. Like, I need this person to join me. I need my 2 and free. I need to go platinum 600. I need to go platinum 150. And guess what? They can smell through the phone. They smell your commission breath. That's what they smell. Oh, you just need me. You just need to sign up. You just need to sign up. So the bigger my list, the more posture that I can have. But see, when my list is short, the smaller my posture, because I need you to join, because I don't have a whole lot of people to talk to. So you want to make your list as big as possible, and you always want to be expanding your list, adding people to the list. People that you see on Instagram that they look like a good fit for the business. You just write their name down. You write their Instagram name down. This is what I used to do all the time. I would see somebody. I may not prospect them the day that I see them, but I would put a note in my phone. I would screenshot their profile and put it in a certain album. Or I would write their name down on my list, and I would make it in my mind. When I wanted somebody to talk to, because I'm always expanding my list, I can always go back. See, I didn't need you to join because I'm always building a list. I'm always building new relationships. Watch this. One thing that I learned a long time ago, 4 years ago when I started this industry, is you want to become really, what's what I'm looking for? You want to be a summer in a sense, in this case. And what I mean by that is you want to be outgoing, and you want to start going out your way. So in this 9 times out of 10 for the people who don't have the net right now. And when I say net, I mean, a lot of us on the line, we can't just put something out there and everybody joins. We're not there yet. We haven't built our brand up yet. So what we got to do is we have to be the fishermen, right? We have to go out there and fish for people. And what you want to do is you want to just start adding 10 to 15 new friends every single day on Instagram and Facebook. This is what I used to do all the time. Before, I could just throw a net out there and people would join. I would just add to my following every single day. I would find 10 to 15 people that looked like they were good fits for my business, and I would add them. I would do this days on end. I'm looking for 10 people to add to, 10 new people to follow, 10 new people to add on Facebook. Because why? I had to build up my list, because the bigger the list, the bigger the posture. But what do I do when I get my list? What's my next step? I got my list, right? I understand personality types. I understand how to talk to these people. What do I do now? Well, the next thing, you got to do what Travis Scott said and pick up the phone. You got to start making contacts. But watch this. Before you share an opportunity with anybody, you want to make sure that you know 3 to 5 things about the person before you share anything with them. Why? Because the more questions you ask, the more the door of opportunities open up. Right? The more questions you ask, the more that the door of opportunity opens up. And when I say opportunity, what I mean is it's easier for you to identify what personality type somebody is. God damn it, Riyadh Jones is good. I'm sorry. I'm good. I understand this stuff. This is what's helped me. And I hope that this information can help you. Right? So when you ask people questions, you now open up the door for them to tell you what their personality type is. They're going to tell you what drives them. They're going to tell you what gets them going. You're going to hear it in conversation. But if you just go in with your pitch, you don't know if you're talking to a fall. You don't know if you're talking to a winter. You don't know if you're talking to a summer. You don't know if you're talking to a spring. You're just going in with your pitch. But if you ask them, what do you do? Because you can a lot of times understand somebody's personality type by what they do. See, if somebody tells me that they're an engineer, I understand that they're very analytical. They're going to have some fall in them. If somebody tells me that they're a coach, they might just be a winter. If somebody tells me that they play a lot of sports, they might be a winter. If somebody tells me that their major is biology, chemistry, aeronautical engineering, I might be dealing with a fall. So, I don't understand this stuff until I ask the questions. See, the better questions you ask, the better answers you get. So you got to be the master asker and not the master teller. And the reason why a lot of people are not good at prospecting is because they're always telling somebody information, but they're never asking things about the person. So you always ask 3 to 5 questions about the person before you go in with the pitch. The questions could be, what do you do? Where are you from? What school do you go to? What do you do for work? Right? I can just go on and on and on. It's called the form. You want to keep it in the confines of this: family, occupation, recreation, and money. That's what it really boils down to. You have any kids? You married? Right? You're just building rapport. You're building relationship, because I won't buy anything from anybody that I really don't know, especially when it comes down to network marketing. You got to think, it's so many people selling stuff on the internet. It's so many people selling stuff on YouTube and Facebook. What makes you so special that they are going to buy from you? It's going to be because you are really good at building relationships quickly and building rapport effectively. So family, occupation, recreation, and money. Recreation is basically, what do you do for fun? Travel anywhere lately, whatever the case may be. Essentially, guys, it don't matter what order you ask the questions. The form is for you to know that, hey, I need to ask at least 3 to 5 questions before I pitch somebody my opportunity. All right. And once I go through that 3 to 5 questions, my next question could be, are you open to making more money, or are you satisfied with what's coming in right now? That's my number one question. It's never changed. It's been that same question for like a year now. Are you open to making more money, or are you satisfied with what's coming in right now? Who in the world gonna say they're satisfied? Nobody. The only person that might say they're satisfied is maybe a fall. That's it. And you'll be able to know that a winter, if you're talking to a winter, satisfied? Who's satisfied? I ain't making enough money. Show me the money. Where I can make That's a win. So that's why you got to know. That's why I got to ask questions. Right? That's why you got to ask questions. So are you open to making more money, or are you satisfied with what's coming in right now? Right? Most people are going to say, hey, I'm open. It just depends on what it is. Well, listen, I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs, and they're showing me how to multiply my money in the largest financial market. This may or may not be for you, but I wanted to share it with you anyway. Now watch this. This leads me to my next part. You want to write these 4 points down. When it comes down to inviting somebody to checking out information, we got about 10 minutes left. So just roll with me for another 10 minutes, right? Maybe. Be in a hurry. These are the 4 points to inviting somebody out to checking out the information. And if I don't invite anybody to see the information, nobody going to join me. So it's not enough for me to understand personality types. It's not enough for me to have a list. I still got to pick up the phone and invite somebody to check out the video, get on the call, come to an event. How do I do that? Well, what I first must know is I got to be in a hurry. I have to be in a hurry. And the reason why I have to be in a hurry is because, guys, understand this. First impressions last a really long time. Like, first impressions last a really long time. And when you're somebody that may be fairly new and you don't understand in totality what you're talking about, and that person asks you a question and you don't know the answer to that question, you just gave a crappy first impression because you're supposed to be the expert, right? But if you're in a hurry, they don't have time to ask you questions. So you want to be in a hurry. You want to make small talk, and then you be in a hurry. And then you clear their schedule. Be in a hurry, clear their schedule. Be in a hurry, clear their schedule. So I got my list. I got 150 names on my list. I'm about to run through it. Well, the first thing I know is I got to make contact. Yo, Josh, what's up, bro? How you been? Everything good with the family? That's what's up, man. What you doing? What you doing these days? You still working at Foot Locker? I am. Cool, man. That's what's up. How you liking it there? Man, it's cool. I'm really, looking for something else to get into, man. I'm really over this job. Man, that's what's up, bro. You may or may not be interested in what it is that I do. Well, what do you do? Well, listen, I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs. They're showing me how to make money. And we having a call tonight, and I can send you the link to this call. And if you have the free time, then maybe you can hop on. Are you free tonight at 7:30? Yes, I am. Cool. Well, here's the deal, bro. I need for you to be on this call because space is limited. We have so many people that want to hear this information. So can I count on you to be on this call tonight? You can. Awesome. So be in a hurry, clear their schedule, show value, and you take it away. Be in a hurry, clear their schedule, show value, take it away. Be in a hurry, clear their schedule, show value, take it away. Be in a hurry, clear their schedule, show value, take it away. Why do I need to clear their schedule? Because I don't want to invite somebody out to something that they can't even come to. I don't want to do that. Why would I invite you somewhere where you can't even come? Why would I invite you to a 7:30 call if you're still at work at 7:30? So I can't do that. I got to clear your schedule to make sure that you're available. Remember, we're talking about becoming a professional and not just being an amateur. So I got to clear your schedule, right? Then I got to show value. Once I've cleared your schedule and you're open, right, at 7:30 or 9, whatever time the opportunity call is, right, I'm going to show value. And then I'm going to take the value away. This may or may not be for you. This isn't for everybody, right? That's going to take the value away. So I got to be in a hurry, clear the schedule, show value, and take it away, right? And then understand this. You always want to, especially when you're new, you want to always edify and talk about the people that are helping you and the people that you're working with. Right? I still to this day sometimes say that I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs and we're showing people how to multiply money all across the world. I still do some of this stuff, right? Still, even though I'm Chairman 50 and all that cool stuff, I still keep the training wheels on and do what's gotten me here, all right? So be in a hurry, clear the schedule, show value, and then you take it away. So once I get the individual on the call or I send them a link, let's say the call is at 7:30, but you're talking to this person at 2 p.m. Well, maybe you don't want to get them on the opportunity call. Maybe you want to get them the video. Why? Because it's 5 hours and 30 minutes until the next exposure. And in this business, you want to expose people as quickly as possible because it's going to take on average 4 to 6 exposures to get somebody plugged into the business. It's going to take 4 to 6 exposures to get somebody plugged into the business. So understanding that, I don't want to, if it's at 2 o'clock, I don't want to wait till 7:30 to get you on a call. That's too long. What I'm going to do is expose you the first chance I get, right? I'm going to expose you the first chance I get. So if the person is free at this moment, right? And you can ask them, hey, listen, I'm running into a meeting right now. I thought about you. And I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs. We're showing people how to multiply money all across the world. And I was wondering, you got about 10 to 15 minutes on your hand right now. I do. What's going on? Listen, I got this video that I want to see. Just going to break down everything that we do. It's going to show you step by step on how it is that we're making this money. Right? So are you free to watch the video real quick? I am. Boom. And you send them the video. And once they watch the video, you get back on the phone with them. And the question that you're going to ask them, watch this, the question that you're going to ask them, the first question is, what did you like most about what you saw? What did you like most about what you saw? What was your favorite part? What stood out to you the most? Whatever the case may be. All right. And you're going to easily be able to identify, again, what personality type that you're talking to. Based on their responses, based on their energy, all that, you're going to be able to tell. Right. And then you have 2 options, right? You can take the approach of I'm finna leverage, or you can do it by yourself. Because if you really, really, really want to get good, you got to practice, right? But you got to learn from other people before you can start doing it the right way. So what you want to do is you want to then lead them to the 3-way call. I'm going to talk about 3-way calls tomorrow. But what I want to talk about tonight is going through the full exposure process. So I'm going to send them the video. They're going to watch the video. Boom. I'm going to get on the phone with them. What did you like most about what you saw? Boom. They're going to tell me whatever they like most about what they saw. Your job is to validate their decision. That's your job, is to validate their decision. It's to make them feel good about their decision. Somebody said, how do we get their number off social media? You got to ask for it. It's the only way to get it. You got to ask. All right. So what did you like most about what you saw? I like the harmonic scanner. Listen, bro, I love the harmonic scanner. We have so many people that are earning income every single day by copying and pasting numbers off their scanner. People are winning with the product. It's 87% accurate. You can copy and paste, can't you? They're going to say yes. See, the job, the role, or your objective is just to get people to feel good and say yes. That's what it's about. All right. So you validate their decision. You let them know that people are winning with whatever. It could be steady. It could be binary options. It could be cryptocurrency. Even if you've never used it, you validate it. You want to make them feel good about their decision. And the next question is, what questions do you have about the information? What questions do you have? And then when they tell you the questions that they have, right, you answer their questions. But watch this. You don't answer the questions, and it's going to open up more questions. See, that's what a lot of people do. They answer the questions, but when they answer it in a way where the person has to ask more questions because they do way more than just answer that question. Like you could be doing a call with somebody, and they could say, well, I have a question about, the 2 and free. And then, a person will say, well, you refer 2 people, you get it for free. But then you can start building a business. You refer 12, you can earn $600 a month. You earn 30, you can earn $1,000 a month. And then they have questions about everything. You opened up a can of worms. All you do is answer the question that they ask. This is what professionals do. See, what your job is not necessarily to sign people up. Your job is to simply collect a decision. And when you go into prospecting, understanding that it's not necessarily your job to sign people up, and it's to collect a decision, you have less anxiety about what you do because you're not looking to just sign everybody up. That's not your objective. That's not your goal. Your job is to sort through the list to find the right people that are fit for the business. So what did you like most about what you saw? What questions do you have? Do you have any more questions for me? Why do I have to ask that? Because I have to gain clarity. I have to make sure that that person has no more questions, because a confused mind can never make a decision. So what questions do you have? Do you have any more questions? Well, I do have one more question. And you answer that question. And then the next question is, and the next, I want you to write both of these questions down, because these 2 questions can vary on what type of energy you're getting from the person. See, when you're a construction worker, you don't just have 1 or 2 tools in your toolbox. You got a lot of tools in your toolbox to pull from. And that's why you always have to be learning, so you can have different tools, different ways to close people. So if you're talking to somebody who doesn't seem like they're all the way there yet, they're not really excited yet, my favorite question for that type of person is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in terms of getting started? 1 being not really there yet, 10 being you're ready to get signed up right now. And if I get anything over a 4 or a 5, I'm trying to close some business today. Because I'm going to ask that person, well, what can we do to get you to a 9 or a 10? Do you have any more questions? And then they may say, well, I just need to do some more research. How long do you need to research? How long do you need to research? Well, I need another week. So cool. It's Wednesday right now. How about we hop back on the phone on Thursday? Is 24 hours good enough for you to research? Yeah, that's cool. Boom. And then you got a date for the next day to talk to that person. That's your goal. Your goal is to collect a decision, not sign up everybody. I wish I could have signed up everybody that I talked to. That's not the goal. So on the scale of 1 to 10, where are you? All right. On the scale of 1 to 10, where are you in terms of getting started? 1 being I'm nowhere near interested. 10 being I'm there. Right? Boom. The other question that I love to ask, right? Or not even love to ask, I love to assume the close. Assume the close. You just assume that this person is going to get started based on the energy that you got from the call. See, energy, discernment is very, very important when you're prospecting. I just did a call for somebody earlier, about maybe 3 or 4 hours ago. I did a 3-way. And once I got on the phone, I immediately picked up that this person really hadn't seen information yet. They really weren't sold yet. And so I wasn't even trying to sell them. It wasn't even my job. That seed will blossom whenever it's supposed to blossom. You're not supposed to close everybody. You're not supposed to sign everybody up. Your job is just to book a meeting from me. You're looking to book the next exposure. So when I told the gentleman, he now lives in Atlanta, I said, listen, bro, well, let's get some lunch one day when you're free. Boom. Let's hang out one day when you're free. And maybe at that moment, I can get them enrolled in the business. See, what you want to do is just be able to keep people in your pipeline. Keep your pipeline wet with prospects, right? So assume the close. That's where I'm at. So what did you like most? What questions do you have? Do you have any more questions? Now, if I feel like this person is, they're coming in my direction, they're vibing with me, this seems like it's a really good conversation, it's going around, well, I'm getting positive energy from that person. I'm not going to ask them about anything. I'm going to assume that they're ready to get signed up. And what I'm going to say is, you know what? You sound really enthusiastic about what it is that we do. You seem like this, you really give me the vibe that this is something that you can see yourself really doing. So how about we go ahead and get you started today, and watch this. We have you profitable in the next 24 to 72 hours. I ain't gonna ask you if you're ready to sign up. I'm just gonna assume that you're about to sign up, because based on the energy that I've already gotten from you, I'm not gonna ask you anything. I'm just gonna assume that you're about to join me in business. And if they're not ready to join, guess what you do? You just get a date from them that they can join. If they say, hey, I can't do it today, I really want to do it, but I can't do it until the 15th. Guess what you do? You write their name down and you date it for the 15th. And then you follow up. I'm going to talk about following up another day this week, right? But that's the process of closing business. That's the process of prospecting. This stuff is very, very simple. But what's simple to do is also simple not to do, right? So what I got to do, I got to be in a hurry. I got to show that. I got to be in a hurry, clear their schedule, show value, take it away. So make the small talk. How you doing? How's the family? How's school going? How's the wife? How's the kids? What's new in your world? Blase, blase. Hey, listen, Chris, I love to stay on the phone with you, boss, but I'm about to run to the gym. My trainer, he about to kill me. But you ran across my mind today, and I was wondering, were you open to making more money, or are you satisfied with what's coming in right now? Bro, listen, I'm open. At this point, COVID, quarantine, bro, listen, I see that the world is changing. I'm looking for something new. Well, listen, bro, I got something. It may or may not be for you, but I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs, and they're showing us, literally how to multiply money every single day. Notice I still haven't said Forex this whole time on this Zoom call. I ain't mentioned Forex one time. I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs, and they're showing me how to multiply money, blase, blase. And I was wondering, are you free tonight at 7 or at 7:30? I am free. Awesome. Listen, we have an opportunity call. It's going to break down everything, but space is really limited. Can I count on you to be on? Because I'm going to send you the link, but I got to make sure that you're going to be on, man, because I got like 15 people I got to call to get onto this webinar. I'm going to be on, bro. Cool. I'm going to send you the link at about 7:20. Sound cool? Boom. Watch this now. I forgot this part earlier because I was talking about the video. When you send somebody the link to the call, this is very critical, right? You don't send the link an hour before the call. You don't send the link 2 hours before the call. You send the link maybe 20 to 30 minutes before the call. Why? Because that is your way of following up. Because when they see your name pop up on their phone or your number pop up on their phone, guess what they're going to say? Oh, snap, I'm supposed to be on that call in 20 minutes. Boom, you send the link. And then, watch this, 5 minutes after the call has started or right when the call starts, guess what you text them? You don't text them and say, yo, are you on the call? Because that makes it look like I need you, and I don't need you. What I'm going to say is, hey, bro, can you see everything and hear everything clearly? That's good right there. That's good right there. 10 bands, I see you smiling. That's good. So you got to become a professional, man. You got to just stop saying, I'm going to play small and I'm going to become a professional. Because professionals do things in a certain way. I ain't finna say, are you on the call? Because you're going to look at them like, oh, y'all need me. The hell I don't. Can you see everything and hear everything clearly? Because when they see that message and they're not on the call, guess what they're going to do? Oh, snap, let me press this link and get on the call. Listen, hey, man, the proof is in the results. The proof is in the results. So can you see everything and hear everything clearly? They're going to say yes, or they're going to leave you on red. If they don't respond, you don't respond. Okay, oh well, whatever, next. I'm moving to the next person. You didn't value my time enough. I don't need you. I don't. I'm going to follow up with you next week. I don't even want in. I don't even want you to think in your mind that I need you to join me in this business. Why? Because the key for effective prospecting is posture. So I'm not going to say, hey, are you still getting on the call? Hey, are you on the call? No, can you see everything and hear everything? Okay. I'm going to assume that you're already on the call. Because I'm going to assume that you're a woman of your word or a man of your word because you said you were going to be on. I didn't force you to get on. I didn't ask you to be on. I did ask you to be on. But you said you was going to be on. So I'm just going to assume that you're on the call. So can you see everything and hear everything? Okay. Yes, I can. Cool. And once they say, yes, I can, guess what you now say? All right, perfect. Let's talk after the call. Because guess what you're doing now? You're booking another exposure. See the call, see you reaching out to them. Guess what that was? The first exposure. You getting them on the call. Guess what that was? The second exposure. You following up. Guess what that is? The third exposure. If they don't join, but you follow up within 24 to 72 hours, guess what that is? The fourth exposure. You get them on a three-way. Guess what that is? The fifth exposure. They don't join then, you follow up in a week or two. Guess what that is? The sixth exposure. If they don't join then, guess what you do? You follow up 30 days later after you've made more money. God dang, this stuff is so easy. It's so easy. So easy. It's too easy, actually.
Question because there's some.
It's too easy. Somebody dropped too easy in the chat. Because it's too easy. But what are the keys though? See, for all this to be easy for you, guess what you got to have? Belief in the product. You got to have posture. You got to have a positive self-image. And you got to really understand people. Because if you have all of that, and then you be in a hurry, you go through the form, you be in a hurry, you clear their schedule, show value, and you take it away, and you have belief, posture, positive self-image, you understand people, you'll be saying it's too easy too. And guess what you start doing? Enrolling business. And you will start enrolling people, they go chairman. They go platinum 5,000. They go platinum 2,000. See, in traditional business, what we need is money. But in network marketing, what we need is people. So the person that can be the most effective with people is the person that will forever have the longest lasting business. So that is all for Skills Camp Day 2. If you got some value tonight, I'm about to unmute the lines, make some noise, and let me know that you're attracting It's lit. So here's the deal, man. For the 330 entrepreneurs that stayed on for the past hour and 30 minutes, you, my friend, you're a superstar. And I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow on Skills Camp Day number 3. Calls are going to get better and better and better. Make sure you have your organizations on tomorrow. I love you all, and I will see you at the bank. Remember, all these recordings will be released next week, so you can have them, watch them over and over again. But I love you all. See you at the bank. Good night. God bless.